Today, my tractor really hates me because it's far too underpowered for this seeder. Can we get it done? Let's dig in and find out. G'day mates, how's it going? You're on DirtByte. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2025 Survival Farming Vlog. It's been an hour or so since we finished off the last vlog, and I've been over to the real estate. We've bought this plot of land in front of us, and we have taken possession now. It's just come through that we're able to get in and continue with the cultivation works. It will help if I actually make sure the cultivator is in the right setting. There we go. So yeah, this parcel of land in front of us now is ours up to the sell point there, and all the trees behind as well. So there's quite a few trees to cut down. I think we may end up cutting some down. So I want to leave a bit of a gap, probably the width or the length of the tractor. So that amount of room, put a track through so we can actually get into the back to get the trees cut down and processed, because that's something we probably will look at doing soon, maybe through winter time. We can get them processed and sent over to the sawmill. It will be a lot easier now than what it was when we first started. We were struggling very well with the equipment we had, but now we've got a lot more money and a lot more ability to actually process those trees better. It's not going to take very long to actually get in and rip this piece of grass up. Like I said, I want to leave a bit of a gap there. I think that'll be enough. We'll then come in close to the tree line and meet up with where we were previously. I think this is going to be a nice extension to what is already a mega field. Right, let's see if we can join this up. It's a bit hard with the trees in the way. And then I think that's good enough. Having this big equipment is so great for this field. The store has said that they have got some access to some other bigger equipment from a dealership a bit further away. So we can go and have a look at that when we take the cultivator back, and if we do want to get one of their seeders, we'll have to get in and rent that pretty soon, so they can get it transported over here while we're doing the rest of the work, which will be the testing of the soil and the lime work, which in itself are both massive tasks in a field this big. I don't think there's anything else for the cultivator to do when we've got it on rent. This is the main goal, was to get this field turned around from original field grass, or from like meadow grass, into an actual croppable state, which has been very successful. And this tractor has done an amazing job so far. I'm looking forward to getting a really big seeder onto it and see how it performs with that. I reckon we'll put something in like wheat. Like I said, we'll get the big grain mill over here somewhere, maybe over next to where the servo is, somewhere in that vicinity, if there's room between the road and the power lines, that is. The other thing about this is we can also extend our yard out further if we need to. This might be a good location for a homestead here somewhere. Again, as much as it would be nice to have a house, I'm still putting all the money back into the farm to keep the growth going. Sweet, so we just have one more pass to go with this big cultivator. We'll take it back to the store. We'll return and we'll see how much their seeders are and what sort of seeders they do have on offer. We'll have to double check the horsepower of this tractor too, because I don't want to get a seeder that's too big for the tractor we've got, because I'm not going to be renting another tractor for the seeding work, that's for sure. It's a pretty slow tractor, but in terms of power, yeah, love it. Looks like lavender is germinated quite well. There's quite a few weeds in that we need to deal with, and there's a lot of produce at the hothouse that needs to be sold as well. We've got quite a bit to do in the next couple of months because it looks like one of our other fields is close to being ready to harvest. So we'll have to turn that one around too. Alrighty, let's just go and return this. We used it for half an hour, which is good. At least we didn't have to pay for another full hour's worth of rental. Bit concerned that we may end up going over the half an hour with the extra half an hour with the tractor, meaning that we'll have to pay for a full hour's rental for this. If we do go over that hour, I'll probably keep it around the farm for a little bit longer and use it for some things that we normally probably wouldn't, just to use up that amount of money that we have spent. But just to be safe, I'm going to actually turn it off here. We can leave it here. We can run back to the farm. It's not that far. And we'll just check in with the store, see what they have in the way of seeders. So they're just down here, seeding. All right, here's the seeding category. They weren't joking when they said they've got access to some really big equipment now. We go down here. This one, the Seedhawk 84. It is 25.5 meters wide, does 12 kilometers per hour, but needs 550 horsepower. It doesn't even include the seed tank. We have to go to the seed tank here. And then this is the seed tank for it, another 345,000. It can hold 35,000 liters of seed. So that's far in excess of what we're going to need for this field. If it was doing, you know, half the map, half of this area, yeah, sure. And we could probably, you know, justify the extreme expense. How much would it be to rent this? Nearly $18,000 to rent. So it'd be close to $40,000 just to rent. Plus, we've already rented the tractor and stuff, so it's not going to be the best. Let's have a look at what the other options are. We want something that's a bit more than 6.5 meters, because that's what we've got. This one we've got is 6.5 meters. But it doesn't look like there's very much in that category. There's either the really massive or 6 meters, 6 meters, 4 meters, 3 meters. It's getting worse. This one does 6 meters. It's a 15-meter one. Maybe that's the way to go. I think if we can get 15 meters in, that would probably be the best option. It's 9 meters, but that's very expensive for 9 meters. 8 meters. So that there is some better options. I think possibly this one here. We do need 300 horsepower. I'm sure that that tractor has got that. We could do fertilizer at the same time. This is do the crop we want. Let's see how much it is going to be to rent. This is the ones that they have here locally, so we don't have to actually rent it at the moment. We can just come back and get it when we want. So that's $10,500. That's a lot better proposition than the massive Seedhawk 84. That would be really good for some things, but just not for us right at the moment. So let's get into one of the other little tractors, or the littler tractors, and get the soil sampling equipment set up. And we're going to go soil sampling. It's going to be definitely as a time lapse because, let's face it, there's going to be 100 soil samples to do. Something like that. It's going to be a lot of work and a lot of time. And something that you don't want to see in real time. I mean, I'm going to have to deal with it, but you guys could just sit back and enjoy it a little bit quicker than what I'll be doing it at. So I'll get everything set up and I'll bring you back in once we get started. Alrighty, so this is the last one. It didn't take too long. I wonder how many we ended up getting. I think we can see here. Yeah, so 29 samples in total, not too many at all. You can send them off for the laboratory analysis. They will take a little while because it's obviously got a few to test. Then we'll get the results back to us pretty quickly. Just going to put this away while we're waiting for the results to come in. It should not take them too long. It will take a little while because there was quite a few. That's definitely the most I've ever sent them in one go. That is definitely for sure. I think we can leave this tractor just here. We probably want the big Massey Ferguson. And we need to also get the lime spreader set up. I'm pretty confident we're going to need quite a bit of lime on there. There we go. It's back $14.50 to do those samples, but it's definitely going to pay off in the long run when we are getting the lime and the fertilizer and everything onto the crop, making it perfect. And the yield improvement by doing the testing is going to be more than what it's actually cost to do. So let's have a quick look at the field map with the result. So here it is. That's really good news for us. It's all loam, which is the best soil type possible. I'm really, really happy with that. And let's have a look at the pH. Yes, it is low. It does need to be done. What are we, around 5, 6? Yeah, so it's not going to take too much to top it up, but you would definitely need to do some pH. Nitrogen obviously is going to be bad, but when we put the crop in, we'll have to determine how much we need for that. We don't have any yield or seed rate data yet because we haven't actually done that process. Now, we have got 18% in with the spreader. I think we might as well just, like, literally get started on it while we're here. There's no point going over to this, like, to the buy point to do the, well, to fill up the spreader until it's actually empty. It's going to take quite a number of loads, I anticipate, to get this filled up to spec. You can see in the little yield map that we get, that color is changing quite dramatically, and we're definitely going through this lime at a rate of knots. Looks like we also need to stop off at the servo and fill up on some diesel. So the preparation of this field is definitely going to cost us quite a lot of money, especially considering we had to hire that big equipment to get the work done to start with. It will all pay off in the end, but yeah, initially it's really good that we had such a huge bank balance from the silage from the grass that we did cut in this expansion that we did buy a little while ago now. There we go. That's, what was it, 18% of a spreader in that one pass. I don't know if they've got anything bigger in the terms of lime spread. I think this was pretty much the maximum size one you could get, the maximum width. So yeah, this is going to take quite some time, but well, hopefully it's all going to be worth it in the long run. Just pull into the servo and get some nice tasty diesel in this tractor. I anticipate we're going to use quite a bit probably getting this work done as well, due to the nature of having to drive around so much, because each load isn't going to last very long at all. We're going to spend more time driving back and forth to buy the lime, but I think we're going to spend actually placing the lime on the field. Good thing the lime buying station is so very close though. It makes the process quite a bit easier. It's a good thing we don't have to buy the bags from the store, because there'd be so many and it would take so long to actually load up. And this silo, it fills it in pretty quickly actually, so it's not going to take too long of an idle time just sitting here waiting. Interested to see how much one load is going to cost us, because the bank balance is going down equally as quick as the lime is going in. So 4,859 per load. Probably what, 4 or 5, 6, 7, 10 loads maybe, I don't know. Well, this is all our land now. We might as well cut straight through here. Get lined up. We're going to get the GPS set up, because I'm definitely going to need that for this field. There is a little bit of the field that we need to adjust in the program, because we have made some adjustments from the field originally. There's the part that sticks out there towards the yard. Yeah, we're going to just get rid of that completely. I'd prefer to have a nice straight side of a field. It makes it easier for things like planting, seeding, doing the lime, doing fertilizer, harvesting, everything like that. So it's fine to have a little bit of a weird and wonderful edge on this side because we've got the trees, but down there, if we can keep it as straight as possible, that's my preference. So how are we going? So it's looking pretty good. We got probably 5, 6 passes, maybe 5. And it doesn't seem like it's going down too quickly, but that was on the bit that we had been looking after pretty well. So now we're onto the new fresh ground. You can see that the lime is just literally disappearing out the back of the spreader. I mean, that's what it's there to do. It's there to make sure that the pH of the soil is as best as it possibly can be when we start looking to plant our wheat, or seed our wheat very soon. I hopefully will intend to and get to at least starting the seeding in today's vlog episode. Realistically, all we have to do is get this field done with the lime, and then there's nothing stopping us from getting onto seeding. I think given the enormity of this task, we might as well cut out into another time lapse. Probably not going to be too long. I reckon we'll get this done maybe about 10 or so minutes in. So maybe about a minute and a half time lapse, and then we'll come back in and we'll see what we've got, how it all looks. And then what the next step will be to get this field all prepped, ready to go. Alrighty. I don't know what happened there, but the GPS line's really screwed up. I had thought that, yeah, it would have been, at least one side would have been fine, but it's left these 2 small pieces. And as you see, I went over to get some more lime from the sell point. Thought, oh, I don't need that much. Like, it's not going to take a huge amount. And here we are. I've used pretty much all of it. I'm not going to get back. I'm not going to go and get any more. What if we don't get limed? That's fine. We're just going to go without, because I'm not going over there just to get another 100 litres or a couple hundred litres. We're just going to run it out, and that'll be it. So that's it. Oh, well, pretty close indeed, but not close enough, unfortunately. It didn't take too long to do. I think it was about 12 or 15 minutes in real time, which is actually pretty good for the amount of work went into it. So this tractor and spreader setup is really quite good. It works really well together. Now the next question will be, what seeder are we going to get? Because I want to go straight into it. I think we can... Oh, actually, we might never be able to plant in June. That might be a problem. So if we can't plant, well, or seed, that's completely fair enough. We'll have to reevaluate when we will do that. So we have other things to get on with in the farm. Anyway, we do need to mow some grass. So we have some grass for our goats. And possibly, you know, we want to get that done sooner rather than later because the field is ready to go, I believe. Let's have a quick look-see-loo at it. Yeah, I think that's ready to harvest. Yeah, no, it'd be good if we could harvest it for some grass and then later in the year for some hay or some silage, because I am thinking about getting cows set up at the end of this year. So before we do that, let's just have a look at the calendar for when we can plant our wheat in this field in front of us. So it looks like we're quite a ways off from being able to plant anything that we want to actually harvest. We could... Oh, actually, do we risk trying to double crop? So it looks like if we planted poppies, we can plant poppies in June and harvest them in October. And we can plant wheat in October. October would be extremely busy because that's a huge field, but I don't know. Do we risk it? We're going to make a lot of money if we do 2 crops in that field. You know what? Let's do it. Let's risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit. I think it'll be fine. We just need to, like, have an early start in October and get the poppies off the field as quick as possible. And we'll need to have a drill that is able to do direct drilling. We can go straight in. And the good thing about poppies is there's no baling, there's no swath or straw. It's just literally the heads that come off, and then the rest can be turned back into green manure for the field. So we need to get in and get a seeder, and we will go for the one I said, the Amazon can do fertilizer as well. I think that's going to really help us out, get it done a lot quicker. It's not a direct drill, so that doesn't matter. When it comes to planting the wheat at October, we're about to go with something like this, which is actually... Oh no, this is a 15-meter working width. No, we'll go with this one this time, but when it comes to actually planting again in October, like I was saying, we have to go with a horse because this is a direct drill, so we can drill directly with that, and that is 12 meters wide. So that's a big improvement over what we've got, but we are going to lease this one right now. How many horsepower do we need? 300 horsepower, so I think we will need to use it on the big, heavy-duty Massey Ferguson. Which is what I had thought. So hopefully we get it done within the half an hour that we have left on the hire, before we have to pay for another hour of hire time. I think we should do, because this is going to be wider and quicker than doing the cultivating, I think. We will need to get quite a bit of seed bought for the this work as well. So I'm going to go get it all set up, and I'll meet you over at the field once we are absolutely ready to go. Alrighty, we've got our solid fertilizer, we've got our wheat. It looks like we're all good to go. For one problem, we've got the small tractor on it, because turns out you can't actually connect this to the other Massey Ferguson for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. It does actually have all the pieces, but yeah, it just was not compatible. Maybe it was the hitch type, I don't know. But the problem is this seeder needs 300 horsepower, I think, and this tractor is 215, and our white tractor is 225. The white tractor is quite a bit older, so I don't really have any hope that this is going to be able to actually do this job. The only hope we do have is that it's a pretty flat field, so we maybe have to do just seeding on the down, like on that side, just coming down the hill. I'm going to try and start from this end and go up towards the other end, because this is the lower, more flatter section. Now, if this doesn't work, I don't really want to hire another tractor just for working in this field. So the alternative may actually be to buy a bigger tractor on the hire purchase that we've been using for some of our equipment. Because, like, I was already thinking about getting a bigger tractor. And with that one we've just hired was really good, but it turns out obviously there's a bit of an issue with that. So we need to make sure that whatever we hire, we can actually use these sorts of equipment pieces on. Alright, so it actually switches on. It actually runs it, the actual implement itself, but will it actually tow it? So let's get the steer and assist lines on just to help us out. If we get it underway, let's just... So it does the job. It's very, very slow, 9 kilometers per hour. I wonder how fast this seeder is supposed to go. Once we get past this piece coming up, then I will actually just check to see what the speed we should be working at is. If it's not too much different to 9, we may just try and persevere with this tractor rather than going out and buying a brand new one right at this minute. And that might be honestly the best option for us to proceed with. So it should be right now. I've got the cruise control, the GPS on, and I can bring up the little store page telling us how much we need in terms of speed for this piece of equipment, if I can find the seeders. So it can do 16. Oh, okay. So we're doing 9. Just a bit over half of what it can actually do. It is working though. The tractor is pulling it. There's not too much wheel slip. We aren't actually going up the hill yet though. It is going to start getting a bit steeper here in a minute. So I just want to get to the end and see what it's going to be like. I think that if it keeps up at this speed, 8 or 9 kilometers an hour, I think we can get it done. It will take a little while, but at least we do have a nice big working width of 9 meters anyway. So if it takes us a little bit longer, it's fine. This seems like a pretty good seeder potentially to get to buy, but I do like the Horsch one that we will use a bit later in the year. So when we've give that one a trial as well, next time we go to buy a seeder, we'll be able to choose between the two, because we do need to get a bigger one, I believe. 6.5 meters isn't cutting it just yet. And those really big ones, the store's got the like 26, 27 meters. Yeah, we're nowhere near that. We need a 500 plus horsepower tractor for that, and really own all this land you see in front of them. Just have one like absolutely massive field, like one that would just make this field look like a little splash in a pond. So it is actually getting it done. I did notice it dropped down to about 7. I don't think we're going to have to go up the hill up that way. I probably get to the end and drive up there without it in and just, you know, come down. But I think that we could go along the top and back down that way quite okay. And this route, like coming up this way, seems fine. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do what we normally do in this situation, is we're going to jump into a time lapse. I hope we're going to get it all done in with the seed and fertilizer we've got in there. If not, there's more at the store, there's more at the sell point that we can buy. It's really packing on the nitrogen. The poppies are obviously very hungry for nitrogen, so it's using quite a bit. But yeah, it's fine. It's using it probably quite about the same rate as a seed. So when we fill one up, we'll have to fill the other. Anyway, let's meet. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to get into it. And yeah, enjoy this very slow tractor struggling really hard during this time lapse. No rain, no rest, still we punch. Line, tin roof shaking, diesel coughs, engines breaking, red dust on boots, hands
is cracked wide. One more run, we drag it alive. Bale after bale, field after field, mouth full of grit, won't let it yield. Then dead stop, everything drops. Hold that breath, hear the rod knock. Muck in the rut, traction gone. Farm kid rage, and we move on. Mud on the clutch, mud on the clutch. We grind, we lurch, we live this crunch. Mud on the clutch, mud on the clutch. No rain, no rest, still we punch. Sink deep, got nowhere. Tank on low, skylight bone. Choked by drought, but not alone. Neighbor rolls in, pulls me clear.
Alrighty, I think that's where we're going to do it for today's vlog. We still have 3 passes to go. They are quite intensive amounts of time taken to do each pass, just purely because this tractor is absolutely hating this. It is struggling. Even going down the hill on the other side, we couldn't even get to the maximum speed because the tractor was struggling so hard. It did go up the hill all right, though. It did get down to, I think, 6 or 7 kilometers an hour. That's not too bad, but we do desperately need to look at getting another tractor. So just quickly, before we close this vlog off, I was just going to bring up the store page app. Looking for a tractor that starts at a minimum of 300 horsepower and something we can upgrade to possibly, 400. 425. So for example, this Massey Ferguson 9S starts at 285, go up to 425. We can upgrade these at a later date. Got the 8R series from John Deere. That's nice, 458. I wonder if there's going to be anything we can get close to the 500 mark. These are going to be extremely expensive though. Oh wow, this starts at 500. Yeah, there's a lot of big tractors here. What about some of these Ford tractors? That's 470 horsepower. It's actually not too bad. 171,000 for 100 or 470 horsepower. This one's 360 horsepower. So there are a few good options. JCB can go up to 348, but realistically, it's that price, we probably want to be getting more out of it. What else have we got here? This one, 470 horsepower starting. So there is some good options in that 400 to 500 range, and they're actually not too expensive. Like, I'd quite happily get something like this. Say, let's have a look at the Ford, for example. As long as the connections on the back, see, this is where that we run into an issue. So it needs to have a 3-point linkage connection. What about the Versatile? This is probably just a Ford, but in a different color. Yes, it is. So that's where we're going to have issues. This one here, is that going to be the same? It looks, yeah, it looks like it. Because if we go and have a look at, say, one of these more expensive tractors, for example, the JCB, if we have a look at that, it should have the 3-point linkage. And this one's got the 3-point linkage on the front and the back. So that's what we need. We need a versatile tractor that does that. I don't know if the 9RX has a 3-point linkage. We can have a look. No, most of these tractors are designed for like towing big pieces of equipment, but we need something that's still versatile enough to be operational around the farm, but has the power to get in and get the big jobs done. See, like the Fendt, that'd be nice, but I would like to have one with a front end 3-point linkage, like the T8000 series or the Fast Track 8000, or any of the ones up here, the Fendt, the John Deere's, like even these track John Deere's, that may be a better option because this will have the 3-point linkage on the back. Yeah, and then we can bump this up to be nearly 460 horsepower, 458 horsepower in total. Tracked, what's the speed? 40 kilometers an hour, but that's not too bad. Everything is pretty close for us. We're not traveling too far. So it's quite a few good options. That's really expensive in comparison to like the 8R, which can also go up to the same amount of horsepower. And we don't really need the tracked. So I'd probably be more inclined to lean towards something like this. That's something definitely for next time to consider. For now, we're going to leave it here. If you're keen to see how many liters of poppies we get off of this field, or if we can turn it around in 1 month, Got 1 month to turn around. Please do remember to like and subscribe. And for now, remember to keep your boots dirty and your bites clear. And I'll catch you next time on DirtByte.